I want to share with everyone that I've accomplished a goal that I've been working on for 5 years. Ever since I was a teenager, I wanted to fly airplanes. It's something that I really couldn't pursue. It was too expensive. I got busy with medical school. When my kids were little, I just couldn't take the risk of crashing an airplane. But when I became an empty nester, I decided to take up this dream. I'm a slow student when it comes to flying an airplane. I started in March of 2019. I finally flew an airplane by myself. The key thing was finding an excellent flight instructor. Ron Dobbs was recommended to me by a patient of mine who's a Delta pilot. He's someone with thousands and thousands of hours and does acrobatic flying, just a very skilled pilot. I've been working with him for the last 6 months. Finally, he said, I think you can solo. It was kind of scary. As a surgeon, I'll operate on someone, I'll cut an organ out of their body. When I was first starting to operate, when people bleed and you're not sure what you're cutting, and this is something that's scary. So I'm used to the fear of an intense emotion and experience. But this is going back, even though I'm 58 years old, soloing for the first time, going back, and I'm in the plane by myself. It was really a great experience. You know, the first thing you do in an airplane is you follow your checklist. Pilots make mistakes when they don't do checklists. So the first checklist, I checked it, and the very first thing that I needed to do, I forgot to do, which was fasten your seatbelt. For the only time I've gotten in an airplane where I forgot to fasten my seatbelt was right before my solo. So I went through the checklist, and then I taxied the plane out to the runway. I did my run-up checklist before taking the plane off, and then I took off. I'd done this probably 100 times with Ron. So I was very comfortable, to be honest. Ron was a great teacher to me, and taking off is not that difficult. Turning right's not that difficult. Turning left's not that difficult. But what's difficult is landing the airplane. You got to go from thousands of feet in the air, and you have to land successfully. Takeoffs are optionals. Landings are mandatory. So I landed the plane, and it touched down pretty good. After your solo, there's a tradition called cutting your shirt tail. That goes back to 100 years ago when you'd have the student pilot and the instructor right behind him before radios. The teacher pilot would pull on the shirt to get the person's attention, and when they finally soloed, it was symbolic to cut the shirt. So Ron was very happy. He had a big pair of scissors, and Ron cut a big wedge of my shirt out. And he's going to have one of his artist friends embroider for me with the date and time of the solo and him as the instructor. I'm really grateful to have a wonderful teacher. I feel really blessed about that because in life you have to have good teachers to show you the way, and you have to learn. I'm a good student. I'm humble, and I want to learn. I'm respectful, and I think that that's really important. So I want to express my appreciation to Ron and Cynthia, my patient, who really helped me accomplish this lifelong goal of mine. And finally, I guess I'm a pilot. You know, I can take a plane off by myself, and I don't have my pilot's license. I'll get that later this year, but I have soloed, so I want to share that.